An audacious heist unfolded on the early morning of March 18, 1990, in the hushed silence of the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum in Boston, Massachusetts, a treasure trove of priceless art and cultural heritage. What transpired that night has become one of the greatest mysteries in the art world, leaving investigators and enthusiasts chasing elusive answers. The tale begins like a scene out of a Hollywood thriller. Two men, dressed as police officers, arrived at the museum in the dead of night, ostensibly responding to a disturbance call. The guards on duty, Rick Abath and Randy Heston, unsuspectingly let them in, a decision that would alter the course of art history. Within moments, the men revealed their true intentions, swiftly overpowering the guards and binding them in the basement. For the next 81 minutes, the thieves roamed the museum with an eerie confidence, choosing their loot with what seemed like deliberate precision. By the time the intruders vanished into the night, they had taken 13 pieces of art valued at over $500 million. Among the stolen treasures were Vermeer's The Concert, Rembrandt's The Storm on the Sea of Galilee, his only seascape, and a series of sketches by Degas. A bronze eagle finial from a Napoleonic banner was also taken, adding to the eclectic mix. Curiously, some of the museum's most valuable works, like Titian's The Rape of Europa, were left untouched. The empty frames of the stolen pieces still hang on the museum walls, haunting reminders of what was lost. But what made this heist so extraordinary? Was it the audacity of the crime, the immense cultural value of the stolen works, or the enduring mystery of who was behind it? To understand the weight of this crime, one must first appreciate the museum itself. The Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum is not just a repository of art, it is a work of art in its own right. Modeled after a Venetian palace, the museum was the vision of Isabella Stewart Gardner, a trailblazing art collector with a flair for the dramatic. When she opened its doors in 1903, Gardner left explicit instructions that the collection remain exactly as she arranged it. Her meticulous curation made the theft not only a loss of priceless art, but also a violation of her enduring legacy. Within its ornate walls, the museum housed masterpieces by artists like Vermeer, Rembrandt, and Manet. Gardner's intent was clear: to transport visitors into a world of beauty and wonder. Yet on that fateful night, her carefully crafted vision was shattered. It was the day after St. Patrick's Day, and much of Boston was still celebrating. The streets were quiet as the two imposters arrived at the museum around 1:24 a.m. Abath and Heston, the guards on duty, had no reason to suspect foul play. When the men claimed to be responding to a disturbance, they followed standard procedure for such situations. Once inside, the thieves sprang into action. They handcuffed and duct-taped the guards, securing them in the basement. With the museum at their mercy, the thieves moved with a calm efficiency that suggested careful planning. They bypassed some of the museum's most renowned works, selecting their haul with a mix of precision and peculiarity. The details of their escape remain as enigmatic as their arrival. By 2:45 a.m., the thieves and their loot had disappeared into the Boston night. The next morning, staff arriving at the museum were met with a chilling sight: empty frames where masterpieces once hung. The magnitude of the crime began to sink in. From the outset, the heist baffled investigators. Why had the thieves ignored certain high-value works in favor of others? Could their choices point to a steal-to-order job? This remains a subject of speculation, with no concrete evidence. The FBI, suspecting organized crime involvement, took over the investigation. Yet despite offering a reward, which eventually rose to $10 million, leads proved scarce. Early in the investigation, Rick Abath's actions during the heist, including opening the door to the imposters, raised eyebrows. Additionally, Abath had a somewhat checkered history, leading to scrutiny. However, no concrete evidence ever linked him to the crime. Attention soon shifted to possible connections with Boston's criminal underworld. Figures like Carmine Romano and Robert Gentile, both with ties to organized crime, became persons of interest. Gentile, in particular, drew scrutiny when a tip suggested he might know the whereabouts of the stolen art. Despite extensive searches, no trace of the missing pieces was found. Another intriguing lead pointed to Miles Connor, a notorious art thief with a history of similar crimes. Although Connor was in prison at the time, some theorized he could have orchestrated the heist from behind bars. This remains a theory with no supporting evidence. Others speculated that the art had been smuggled overseas, possibly to Ireland or the Middle East. These are intriguing possibilities, but none have been substantiated. As the years passed, the mystery only deepened. One popular theory suggests the heist was commissioned by a wealthy collector, echoing plot lines from crime novels and films. This remains a speculative theory. Another possibility is that the stolen art became currency in the shadowy world of black market dealings, used as collateral in drug or arms trades. These are possibilities, but no evidence supports these theories. Some believe the art remains hidden in plain sight, locked away in a private collection, or stashed in an unassuming warehouse. These are possibilities, but no concrete evidence supports these theories. The FBI has stated that they believe the original thieves are now deceased, raising the grim possibility that the secrets of the heist died with them. However, this is one possibility among many. Despite countless tips and theories, the stolen masterpieces remain elusive. The $10 million reward for their recovery still stands, but it has yet to yield results. The Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum heist is more than a crime story. It is a cultural tragedy. For art lovers and investigators, the heist represents unfinished business, a puzzle with missing pieces, both literal and metaphorical. Beyond its impact on the art world, the heist has become a cultural phenomenon. It has inspired books, documentaries, and films, cementing its place in popular lore. As the decades roll on, the hope of recovering the stolen works dims, yet the allure of the mystery endures. Thank you for joining me on this journey through one of history's greatest art mysteries. If this tale of intrigue captures your imagination, don't forget to share it with fellow mystery enthusiasts. Together, let's keep the story alive and the hope for answers burning bright.